I love you more. No, I love you more. No, I love you more. Let's send someone this card if you've ever told someone that. It can be a friend, your sibling, your parent, your loved ones, of any lovers, anyone. This card is so cute. You're going to use the sentiment from Heartfelt Hellos and everything I'm sharing. Well, not everything because there's a few items, but these two main things I'm sharing, the paper, the designer series paper, and the Heartfelt Hellos stamp set are both free items that you can earn during Sale-A-Bration. Hello, my name's Kimberly Smith and I'm the Papered Chef. And today we're just going to make a card with some free stuff, shall we? You can't buy this stuff, you can just earn it. That's how you get it. And it's called Most Adored. Now on your packet, if you did join my Sale-A-Bration club, I wrote Mostly Adored. I just kept calling it that because that's what it should be called. But I'm going to go ahead and cross out the Y. So, oops, I guess the L and the Y. And now someone's going to be like, what is she doing? So it's called Most Adored Designer Specialty Designer Series Paper. And it's really, really cool. And we're going to use Flirty Flamingo as the card base because Flirty Flamingo is one of the coordinating colors with this paper. And so is Real Red. We're going to use Real Red for the ink. We're going to use some new dyes that are in the mini catalog. And we're going to use this stamp set for the sentiment. We're going to use this punch to punch out the distressed gold. But you already have that piece for you. All right, so let's just get to it, shall we? It's an easy peasy card. Those of you on the East Coast, getting kind of late, but it's good that you came and joined me anyway. Because we are crafting whenever chance we get. This is the first chance I got. Hubby is a teacher, and he's off today in honor of the great late Dr. Martin Luther King. And so we were watching shows. Actually, I was actually coloring. He was watching shows. I wanted to spend time with him, but had to do something while I was watching the show that I had never started and he was in the middle of. And you can see how cool these watermelons look after you put some Wink Stella on them. So that's what I was doing. This is how many I still have to color. I'm working on some swaps. Anywho, if you missed that one, my mom was like, don't you have a machine for that? She saw me cutting these with scissors. So I did a scan and cut tutorial yesterday and showed how to cut those out. Another easy tutorial. It was kind of long because we stamped them and we cut them. And I even showed you how to layer some like this. I showed you how to make the extra outer layers so that you can have some dimension to your stamps. So if you missed it, check it out on this channel if you have a brother scan and cut. All right, so this card is going to be 11 inches by 4 or by 5. I'm sorry, 4 1/4. And we're going to score at 5 1/2. Okay, so that's the Flirty Flamingo piece of cardstock. Okay, that's already done for you in your kit, so we're not going to do that again. The next layer is going to be, so we're going to have different layers. Layer 1, and it's going to be the Most Adored. And here, let's just look at the card here. You can see we're going to look at the card while we're doing this. It's going to look like that. So it will be 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Okay, and that's going to be the Most Adored, which we'll write in a moment. And then we have a heart layer, layer 2. Okay, so layer 1 is going to be a marbled pattern. Marbled. Layer 2 is going to be a heart pattern. Little hearts. I played around, wanted something to contrast, so that's going to be a little bit smaller. 4 3/4 times 3 1/2. So that gives you a nice margin around the outside. And then we have some more layers. Layer 3. And we have a layer 4 because these are all going to be that same designer series paper. And then we have our sentiment. So layer 3 is going to be 4 inches across. So we'll just draw that like so. And so we'll layer 4. That will also be 4 inches across. It's just not going to be as high. Okay. And then we're going to have this one be, the layer 4 is going to be 1 inch, and this one's going to be 2. With that said, I'm just going to write the paper, and then I can get on to cutting while you look at that. Most Adored Specialty, not just DSP. It is specialty DSP. So to be able to earn this paper for free when you spend $50 at my store is a great deal, because normally our papers that are specialty, they have some foil in them. These kind of papers usually cost $16.50 a pack when you get a 12 by 12 package of these. And you're getting that for free, and you can't buy it, right? So this one was hearts, marbles. Oh, let me see. This one is also marbled. Marbled and hearts again. So marbled, different kind of marbled, but pink marbled. And then hearts again. We could say gold hearts. I always do this when I'm doing my notes. That's what I do. I write like which pattern from the paper that I used. So for this one, it doesn't really matter how you cut it, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it like this way so more of the marble shows. 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, next one. This little paper here, this one. Right, this is going to be the 4. I'm using my own measurements here, so we're going across 3 1/4. So you always want to be okay, like so. You could kind of be aware of the pattern and cut. You could cut these little partial hearts off. That would help you a little bit with the pattern. So let's kind of trim those off a little. Right, that's a little sliver. So I'm going to turn this around, and we'll do 3 1/4. And that way our cutting line is in between. I mean, it gets you the full hearts on both sides. So that's a little trick for you. 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, pretty cool. Let me at least attach these two. Just double checking these two here. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's get this attached with some Seal Plus. You know, you almost don't want to use the other side of this beautiful foiled paper, right? It's so pretty. But you have to use it. That's what paper's for. Use it. Okay, this looks like there's not the same margin on all sides. So I'm wondering, okay, it looks like I did this one a little bit too short. So let's check it out. This should be 4 inches. Well, it's 4 inches across. So that's right, by 5 1/4. All right, so that's right. So did I do this one wrong? 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, by 4 3/4. I did that one right. I mean, pretty much. There's a little sliver. Nope, I mean, it looks good to me. So wonder why that looks a little bit like it wasn't centered. But, still does. Maybe I did, okay, let's look. 1/2 inch smaller. Ah, that's why. It should be, there we go. It should be 4 1/2. Or if it's going to be 3 1/4 here, let's see. It's actually, the measurements are different. So I kind of, see if I can't get another piece of this. It should have really been 3 1/4, 3 3/4. That part's right, but this one should have been 3 1/2. But I've already cut it too small. But we're gonna use it for something else. So I'm gonna just grab a piece of my paper out of here and cut it the right size. Cut it the size of the first card, because I had experimented a lot with the first card, and I want to make sure it's the same as it should be. All right, so this, I knew there wasn't like even measure. It didn't look like an even margin around all this. All right, so we're gonna slice this little bit off. Slice these hearts off. Flip that around, and I'm gonna make, so it was 3 1/2. So 3 1/2. All right, so much for that. So that's good. If you do cut it right, you can get the hearts to show though. See? 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. All right, now it should have an even margin. I can tell when something's not an even margin around the sides. You know, right when I look at it, I can tell something's not even. All right, so that's okay, though, because I'm going to make another card with the other one. No big deal. Just make it. I just got to trim the one side. I got to make it so it's an even around the sides. All right, so that's good. And now we need this piece, the marbled piece that looks like the flirty flamingo. So it's this piece here. I'm just going to turn the paper and cut that. That's going to be 2 inches. Okay, and then we need the little piece with the little tiny beautiful hearts. I'm just seeing if I can already use pieces I already have. So here's a piece that already has beautiful little hearts. So we'll make this 1 inch. Cut this 1 inch. The more hearts showing, the better. Oh, I said it correctly, but when I wrote it, I said 1/4. Okay, thank you, Kathy, for telling me that at least I wasn't going crazy. Because I have measurements in my little book, and I thought I wrote them correctly. But what I do is I write them down, and then I use my actual measurements that I write down. So I was like, All right, so I'm just going to use, like, sometimes I just take the edge of my little trimmer and stuff to get this going, like so, to get it really aligned. And then I'm going to put it across. I'm going to put the adhesive on it, like so. And then what I'm going to do is put this piece here, and I'm just going to line it up like this. It just helps me keep everything nice and aligned. Beautiful. Okay, so you have extra paper, but I can use this little piece too for other things. I'm just going to cut off the extra. Then I know it all lines up perfectly. Now, just to save this little scrap, I need to get the little bit of adhesive off that was on there. So that way, you know, I'm saving the scrap, but I don't want it to like stick and rip something inside my bag. As long as you peel this off right away, the Seal Plus will come off. Otherwise, this stuff dries like concrete. It is such strong glue. So if your cards are ever falling apart and you don't have good adhesive, try the Seal Plus, because the regular Seal, I don't know, not so much. I'm not a big fan. But for Seal Plus, I'm a big fan. I'm not a fan of everything we sell. I mean, I'm going to keep it real. But I am a demonstrator, so I am a fan of a lot of things. Seal is not one of them, but Seal Plus, on the other hand, Seal Plus is my jam. All right, so we got to put this onto our Flirty Flamingo card, and then the inside's going to be like this. So, and you say plus the inside. You're going to, plus, you want some white for the inside, the basic white. So that's your card, that's your measurements. And then your ink is going to be, I'll just write down your ink, and then you can take a screenshot if you want. So ink is going to be real red. And if we want, we could probably ink up the edges. We'll do a little flirty flamingo. I did take out my blending brush after all. Okay, so I'm just going to put that onto the card. Nice margin around the outside. And I'm going to move this paper now, so we can look at this. So we have that, and we got to look at it and decide here. We need our little stamping block. We need our Love You More. I've used all the stamps, so stick around till the end of this video. I'm going to show you all the things that we've made and are going to make during Sale-A-Bration, and you, of course, will get to vote on the next card. Like you did for this card. This card was, you voted on this card. So real red, and then I thought we would do a little inking up the edges with Flirty Flamingo. So we are going to take the little pieces out. Wait, I think I already did. Should have been the postage piece. Also in this little packet, you have this little piece, which we're going to use for one of our memories and more cards. Oh, it's amazing how quickly things disappear. Here they go. Here it is. And while I'm at it, I should just go ahead and do a couple of them. So when I say do a couple of them, I always have extra pieces, extra little die cuts, right? So it's like while I'm here, I can make a couple extra. Here, we love you more. Love you more, because we never want to just ink up one, because when I put ink on my stamping block, I'm going to have enough to ink up a few. So I'm opening up the Flirty Flamingo. Okay, put that there. Put a little ink on your stamping block, or right on your Glass Mat Studio, which, by the way, is free as well. Okay, I'm just going to tap a little bit on there on my glass mat and ink up the edges. This Glass Mat Studio is free, meaning you can't buy it unless you're a demonstrator. We used to be able to buy it. Now they're just saving them for new people that join. So when you join, you get this Glass Mat Studio for free. And it's the Glass Mat, a chamois, which is in my house. Of course, I don't have it to show you because I was like washing it out today. And then we have when you get a lot of extra ink on one side, you just have to sort of balance it out by inking it more on the other side. And then there's this really cool little silicone tray. See, just by dipping it once into the ink, I have enough to ink up all of these little pieces. I'm gonna ink up a big one too, because then I can take some hearts from the Be Mine, or I could put another sentiment on it. Or just take some hearts and add some hearts to it from the Be Mine stamp set. But inking it up really helps. All right, so that's that. Put that in my little basket to go wash it, and we're done with the Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to put something right there because there's always a glare in that one spot. And now we're going to stamp the real red, and we're going to stamp the Love You More onto a piece of paper first, just to make sure that we know there's no lint caught under there, or like everything's good. And it looks like I need, aside from needing to re-ink my ink pad, it's looking pretty good. In other words, there's no like dust stuck under there or anything else. Oh, that looks so nice. And what's really cool is it looks like I wrote it. Like it looks like hand lettering. It's really nice. And then I'm going to show you how the punch works. Although we're going to use this piece I've already punched out, but we'll punch out a piece of the DSP as well. Because I have only one more bingo packet to send. Totally separate topic. Let me grab my... Sometimes if you don't get good coverage, you just take your real red ink, your marker, and you fix something with the marker. Or one of the blends. There you go. Anyway, my bingo peeps are using this paper, and I don't have any more. It looks like you get it in 12 by 12 sheets, so it's like this. And then I punched this out. So the way I punched it out, and I'll just show you that, is I just used this punch. And this punch goes really well with the Heartfelt hexagons. So what could we punch? Let's see. We'll punch something else. Here, we'll punch this piece. I'll punch this piece here. Okay, just to show you. I'm going to go ahead and center that line. I'll center the two lines is what I'll do. Like that. And that way I have like a pattern that looks like it's purposeful. There we go. Okay, so that's the Heartfelt hexagon punch. It goes with the free stamp set. So all of these guys I got to use this piece up. All these stamps are going to punch out with that. All right, so now we need some dimensionals. We're going to pop the dimensionals on those. I'll do some with this just to see how it looks. I mean, we're not going to put that one on that card because it doesn't contrast, but I'll do some with that in a little bit. And let's just we'll see, we'll do this one on here. So the reason I used this was because gold, of course, contrast with the background, plus it fit in the perennial postage die. So that is one of our new die sets from the mini catalog. It's from the perennial postage bundle, and these are called postage dies, or maybe perennial postage dies. But that's all. You're going to put those on there, and then you put that on there. And I'm going to see if I popped it up with dimensionals or not. The background. Okay, yes. So what I did is I really popped the whole thing up with dimensionals, but I actually like it this way better. Do you like it better inked or not inked? The first one is just the outside was popped up with dimensionals, but that one, the whole thing was popped up with dimensionals. So this, I'm going to say this, meaning the one we just made, or that. Are you kind of person that likes to ink up your edges of your sentiments when you create them? Are you the type that does not like to do that? All right, so what I'm going to do now, real quick before I show you the other things, is because this already has ink on it, but we do have to trim it down because we have to make it in proportion. I'm just going to get it to be the size I need it. See what I can do with this piece. So we're going to say, so if it was for this side, I can't, okay, so 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So it needs to be 3 1/2 if it's going to be 4 3/4. So the problem is I can't do that. So I'm going to have to make it 4 1/2. In other words, I have to trim this side. I have to make it 4 1/2 because I can't trim this one any more than I already have. Now it's in proportion. And I'm just going to see what I could put behind it just to try it out. I'm going to put this guy behind it. I'll do this marbled one, 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, it was already 4, because that was good. By 5 1/4. I just need to slap this onto something, so because it's already sticky. All right. And then maybe, yes, then I don't need the same piece across. I can instead use one of my scraps of the gold. I mean, not this gold, but something that would contrast with that. So like instead of using this, just you can see my kind of, I'm just making an extra card. This is a bonus for you. Think of it as a bonus, not as a, okay, here, we're going to take this piece and use that across because that will contrast with this. Right? So that's how you fix all up your, use up your scraps. Actually, here, let's just put this. Let's just go ahead and put this on like so. And then we'll know it fits across like so. And now I can slap this guy right on there. We have good contrast. We have almost the same design we just had, except for my paper has a bigger border, and I actually like it with the bigger border. Let's see if you guys are liking the, okay, inked, 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 inked. Everyone's writing inked. They all like the inked one better. That means you like this one better than that one. Yeah, same here. I like it better inked. The first time I probably just didn't have all my inks out, or I just didn't think of ink. Kind of like that rhymes. All right. I'm liking the tone on tone. It's like this is tone on tone, meaning I'm putting Flirty Flamingo on Flirty Flamingo. But of course, I'd like to see what it looks like on red. And I do have in my little bag here, it should be a red one. But sometimes just to make sure it's not Poppy Parade. Oh no, that's probably Poppy Parade. Yeah. That's Poppy Parade. I thought it was red, but I'm going to see what it would look. Yeah, no, I think I'm putting it on Flirty. I'm putting it on the Flirty Flamingo. I don't have any red. Unless I have a red, card base. That's probably real red. All right, what do you guys think? Should I put it on? This is the question. Should I put this piece on a Flirty Flamingo or should I put this piece on a Real Red? The Real Red definitely contrasts more, but I'm also liking it with the Flirty because it's kind of fun, subtle, more fun card. In the meantime, while you vote, just write Flirty or just write FF. And then meanwhile, I'm going to put this on there. I'll at least put my sentiment on there. It's good to have extra card bases because it makes you be able to put them together. Okay, we'll do best out of 3. We have a Real Red. All right, well, there you go. Well, there you've already, best out of 3. We've had votes for Real Red. All right, so you think it should contrast. I understand. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, I like it because now we have a whole different card. Look, a whole different look. All you're doing for this card, same exact design. I just made the hearts a 1/4 inch smaller because I accidentally cut them wrong. I made this middle piece just have one strip instead of, and I don't even think that's a whole inch. It's 3/4 of an inch. So the strip in the middle is 3/4 of an inch. And I didn't do the double strip in the background because all I needed was a little piece for the contrast in the middle. We have a Real Red background, but we have a whole different card. I mean, we have an extra card. It's not really a whole different card, but it's an extra card. Boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. Then we have these extra pieces. All right. Let me just move the ink away. And just one more time, I'm just going to, so like this is what we just made. So we used, and I'm about to show you some things made with other products, the other free products. But we just used the free paper that would normally cost $16.50 if you bought specialty paper from Stampin' Up. You cannot buy this paper. Most Adored can only be added on the checkout page after your order is $50 or more. Okay? This other stamp set, you also can't purchase by itself. You have to earn it when you spend $50. So you can get this stamp set here. And then this punch is in our regular catalog or in our website. So it's good to have. All right, so now I'm going to show you the things I made with other items. And we'll go. All right, we'll go from there. So we have made, this is what I'm making right now. I've changed it up a bit. I'm making some different card designs. But I think what I decided to do with this watermelon is I decided to emboss the little strips. So I not just embossed the background, but I've decided to emboss some strips. You can see what I'm working on now. So that's kind of a new design I'm working on. Okay. Hello There comes from the Softly Sophisticated stamp set. And then I embossed using this bundle. So this is a free bundle when you spend $100. All right, this is something else I made with that. We have this, your Softly Sophisticated. I used a Softly Stippled Designer Series paper. And You're in My Thoughts. So this is a sympathy card. Okay, let me put that there. We've made this one together. We made Enjoy Your Day with the Watermelon together. We've already done a watermelon. You guys like the darker watermelon, you said. We will be making this card, but I just did a watermelon tutorial yesterday, so we won't make this one. So this is one of the ones we're going to vote on, that one there. We have made an Easter card on this channel. Here's the card before and after. I made one without the strip across the middle. You said you like it better with the strip across the middle. And this is called the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. This paper here is called Sunny Days Designer Series paper. So we played with Flight and Airy. And so we still need to make a Mother's Day card, a sympathy card, okay, or one of these tool cards using the tools, the Trusty Tools Designer Series paper. So everything here that I'm sharing with you is all free things. The Flight and Airy Designer Series paper is free. The sentiments are free. This was a free bundle with the Stampin' Emboss. All right, so we're not going to make a watermelon again right next time. We'll just kind of see what your thoughts are on these. Okay, thank you, Deborah, for saying to give a thumbs up. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And then if you say tools, we'll narrow it down to which card. If you say Mother's Day, that'll be simple. We'll just vote on that. Mother's Day, sympathy, or tools. And if you say tools, we'll narrow it down to more, and that'll be our next card. So hello, Kathy from Backyard Stamper. Deborah from New South Wales, Australia. Phil, good evening. Nice to see you. Heartfelt, hello, is her favorite Sale-A-Bration item. Yes, I know. Look at it. You can use it for Dad, you're the best. Enjoy your day. Happy Mother's Day. I mean, Happy Easter. There's so many cool sentiments in there. They're all good sentiments. Hello, Karen Fintress from Florida. Lake Susie, Florida. Hey, I'm glad you love your package, Phil. I'm glad you like your package of Designer Series Paper Share. Hello, Linda from Stamp Cut and Create. Thank you for being one of my channel members. I appreciate your support. Hello, Janet. Nice to see you. Okay, thank you, Kathy, for telling me about the measurement. Okay, watching from, hello, Melissa, watching from V. And then she wrote S. Okay, okay, we got cryptic. Okay, you use Texas. Okay, watching from Texas. I was like, we're writing in code now. Hello, Pat. Hello, Betty from New Jersey. Betty, you will get your Sale-A-Bration kit eventually. I just am waiting on some more paper. And let's see. Okay, we got lots of votes. Real red, real red, real red, real red, flirty, real red, real red. Okay, thumbs up. Okay, tools, 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 and tools. All right, sympathy, tools, 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 tools. All right, so now we have overwhelmingly won a tool card. So it's this one or that one. Do you want dad or enjoy? Just write the word dad or enjoy. We're doing a tool card next. We probably won't do them both in the same video only because I like doing separate videos with separate measurements, and I like kind of playing around with the design, as you can see. Like we did tonight. We start out with one card but made two. So we have a dad, we have an enjoy, and who are we going to tie? Who's going to be the tiebreaker? It's Kathy. You're the tiebreaker. All right. Thank you, Phil, Janet, Kathy, for voting. We are going to be doing this card next. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers plus a sentiment. 5 layers. We're going to be using a crushed curry background and some Lost Lagoon ink. And we're going to definitely ink it too, because I got to ink him. I just didn't ink him on my first round. We'll probably ink the edges, and we're going to be using this punch again. So it's all good. So that's what we'll do next time. Not next time like as in next video, but next time as in next time we do a Sale-A-Bration video. So what else are we doing this month on our channel? We're doing the Card on Blue Card Club with the perennial lavender. We're going to be making these cards. That's what we're doing on this channel this month. We are doing flirty, not flirty. Why am I saying flirty? Fluffiest Friends. And I'm doing bingo this Friday. And in bingo, in my Fluffiest Friends bingo, we're using different paper than I'm using on my channel. This is what we're making in my Fluffiest Friends bingo, using different papers. Here's another way to use Fluffiest Friends bingo. Here's just some things I made from the new catalog. But we are working with Fluffiest Friends on my channel. I do have a whole basket of Fluffiest Friends somewhere to show you of things we've been working on my channel. We've also had a tutorial on this new product, the submarine bundle, and there's just lots more to come. So check out all the tutorials in this channel for ways to use your new products from the mini catalog, which is something that we just released this month. And things that you buy from here will help you earn things from here, including all of the things we just used. So that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening. Thanks, Don.